Hello everyone and welcome back to the World Record Reaction Series. Now this is a bit late, about a month late, but it's never too late to react to some awesome world records. And we're going to start off with Athens Dash. Let's get right into it. So this is actually the longest standing world record in Waves 5 and 6, only behind Amsterdam Drift, which has a very similar abbreviation, and Paris Promenade on 150cc in the Boost Course Pass. So this stood for, I believe, 520 days by the time this video will come out. And honestly, I feel like, okay, launch trick off that ramp. I thought maybe in between when this world record was set and now that someone would be going for the quote-unquote ultra shortcut on this track. I don't know if I can find a clip of this, but basically go off on the right side here, and you see that little ramp off to the right? You can actually go on top of that and skip this whole section. Now, it's very possible that it's just not faster and not worth it, but it saves a lot compared to doing what you normally would drive the track shroomless. So, yeah, I don't know. But regardless, this has stood for over a year, and we got another instance of that delayed trick boost thing. And you go over the ramp there, and I think you could maybe... Okay, I thought maybe they'd go for what do you call it? The Genzo glider there, but maybe you don't have enough space to do it. Or maybe that's the way they improve this track. Maybe I just gave some time trialers an idea of how to improve this track. I don't know. Maybe I'll be a part of world record history. But anyways. Okay, so you get too many turbos here. Interesting. And then you're going to do the same thing again. Yep, there you go. Nice. Solid. And also, Panda has a 3/10 lead over Alberto in second here, so it's pretty impressive. And next up, we got Vincent on Daisy Cruiser with a 1:33.883. So this is yet another one of Vincent's certified classics, where he has his first and only world record on the track, and it stood for quite a long time. It's just, he always seems to find a way to just grab the world record, pick all the optimal strategies, and just lay them at the feet of everyone else and just say, try and beat this. You won't. And just, it sits there forever and never comes back. But anyways, this track, I love this track online. You just, I have such a great time front running this track, and it's just such a beautiful track too. But also, before I forget, make sure to like and subscribe, because was that just a wall bonk? I don't think that was on purpose, but anyways, as I was saying, make sure to like and subscribe, because many of you who are watching right now are not subscribed to the channel, and you know, some people just completely forget, and that's understandable, but you can't forget after me telling you to do it right now. So just do it real quick. A lot of this run is the same strategies you've seen on laps 2 and 3. We're just waiting to see if there's anything different. Okay, you got a little bit of a bounce there wide, which was interesting. I don't know, again, if that was on purpose, but I don't think it was. Maybe there's a little bit of optimization left in this track. I don't know, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. And yeah, you're gonna Kusan slide here? Okay. Solid. Okay. And next up, we have Jamie with a 1:41.918 on Moonview Highway. So this world record is one of 2 great British world records. And you guys might remember what the other one was, but if you don't, try and guess it in the comments section. And the other fun fact about this track is that it has, on the 200cc side, the only Canadian world record in the entire game. So there's only 2 British world records in the entire game, or in 150cc, sorry. And there's only 1 Canadian world record, and they both happen on this track, so it's very interesting. A lot of this track is just going straight and optimizing when you do have to do turns and tricks and things like that. That is by far the most difficult and interesting part of the track. I bet Jamie got an absolute heart attack from that car, especially after getting that trick onto the surfboard with an additional trick. Super, super good like he does in this run. Don't know when this will be improved. I assume at some point, especially because you'll be able to, you know, make the car secas a lot easier than Jamie is right now. He's like barely making them in the current moment, but okay, I was wondering if the bomb car would be a problem there, but it didn't seem like it. But yeah, the car cycles on lap 2 would be a lot easier if you could go a little bit faster, but I don't know how much time that would realistically save. And, you know, the way that Jamie got the surfboard trick on lap 2 was just incredible. So, in order to see an improvement on this, there'd probably have to be a strat change if I had to guess. Or, you know, someone gets a ridiculous perfect run. And here we have Kisaragi with a 159.569 on Squeaky Clean Sprint. As I mentioned, this guy is Kisaragi, the world record holder. I believe, this could be wrong because a lot of players impersonate each other in the leaderboards, but I believe this guy is 8th in the world in competitive Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So, he's the only player in the top 30 of competitive Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that has a world record, which you would think the best players in the world would also be good at time trials, but it's not really the case. A lot of these guys, you know, solely play online or solely play time trials, as you'll see in this video. A lot of the top time trial players don't play much online, and it's just two different skill sets. Even though they kind of overlap a tiny bit, they're a lot different, because for online, you're going for consistency, and in these runs, you're trying to be going as fast as humanly possible. And that's where Kisaragi does. Now, you might be wondering, why did I give the caveat of top 30? Now, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think anyone in the top 30 has a world record. I tried double checking, but I know there is a player by the name of Alpaco who is number 40 at the current moment. And he has a world record on Donut Plains 3, so that's the next guy up. However, Kisaragi here has one on Squeaky Clean Sprint. And what's weird is just the way that this track has been, you know, I guess, played online. It gets played quite a lot in Lounge, I would say. It's probably the 5th or 6th most popular track in the game. And it's mainly because a lot of Japanese players love this track. I've seen Nanase pick it quite a bunch. AK has a world record on this track before. And of course Kisaragi as well. I imagine he picks this. I don't really, I don't think I've played with him too much, but yeah, that was a great world record. Now we're going to take a look at LA laps from Panda with a 1:45.261. So this world record and Panda are the only people and runs in the world that have a 34-second lap 1 on this track. Oh, I didn't know you actually did that. Use a shroom here. Okay, this is all news to me. I have never seen this world record. That actually makes sense. What's funny is, in a video... What was that? Why are you demon sliding or fire hopping in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? That's not supposed to work. I wonder if anyone has an explanation as to why he does that. But anyways, I'm very surprised seeing these strats, because this is not only the first time I'm seeing this, but also a little spoiler for Tuesday's video. Hopefully, it'll be out on Tuesday. I had a time trial battle with someone on this track, and I had no idea what the shroom spots were on this track. And I don't actually... Yeah, we did do shrooms. We did do a shroom time trial, I believe. Okay, you don't get a launch trick there. That's very interesting. I thought for sure they would, the way they were lining up as well, but I guess not. Alright, Super Mini Turbo there. You're gonna get 2 SMTs here? Nope, just a UMT. That makes sense. And I believe the last room is going to come not in this shortcut, but the next one. Wow, that was really nice and satisfying. Just like riding the edge of the off-road. What? You get a super mini turbo there? Excuse me? Wow. Okay, I'm just surprised at how crazy this world record is. I thought it was a lot more tame than that. And next up, we have Sunset Wilds, where Y146 has a time of 1:32.261. So, for the fun fact, I want to get the exact number right, which is why I'm on the world record page for this track. But I just noticed that Y146 got a 0.279 improvement over the previous world record, which is insane. Like, usually 0.1 is the most you'll get out of a world record improvement. And you shoot there? Huh. I guess that makes sense. Do you shroom in the where you normally take the oil slick cut in laps 2 and 3 because you're going around for coins? I'm curious now. But anyways, the fun fact for this is that Byron and Y146 are 1 day apart in duration held. Okay, I was right. I was right about the shroom spot. So, Byron held the world record on this track for 269 days, and Y146 has gotten the world record on this track so far for 270 days, which it'll probably be 271 by the time this video comes out. Excuse me. And, yeah, this is just... Wow. I mean, I'm just always mesmerized by these world records and doing these tiny little micro adjustments that I just would not have anticipated. That was a really good Nisk. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at the... Yeah, the lap 3 was insane. But also, Byron had gotten one fairly similar to that, actually. So, that wall clip saves a ton of time. And I'm guessing you could even improve further on this track. Maybe even get a 131 someday. And next up we have Kuzero with a time of 1:56.406 on Koopa Cape. So what's funny is I actually completely skipped over this track. Full transparency, so the reason why I was reminded of it is because Kuzero has another world record. And so I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't go over Kuzero's other world record. But yeah, this is the most recent one. It happened 4 days ago. And his caption was, bad run. So, I don't know how exactly this is bad so far, but maybe it's a good lap 1, I don't know. This track always amazes me, by the way, because the way guys go for, like look at that. For one, you go super far up on the pipe just to get a low trick, which is just insane to me. And it's just... It's worth it enough to go for the low trick, even though you're going to be on the edge of the pipe for so long. On the inside of that, okay. You get a... Okay, you do get an extra mini turbo. Wow, okay. That was smooth. Smooth as butter. Still have no idea why this would be a round run. I know at the ending here, you can get a very fast waterfall where you kind of jolt instead of... Yeah, you could kind of see it there. I don't know if that was exactly what I was saying about it, but... How is this run bad? All it's been is good so far. Maybe the lap 3, something horrible went wrong with that. I mean, this is a little wide, but, like, it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, I'm dumbfounded. Maybe it is the waterfall. Maybe he just didn't get it any of the 3 laps. And I'm actually wrong and he doesn't get a fast waterfall. Let's see, how does this last one look? That didn't look amazing, but it didn't look bad either. Okay. And next up, we have Panda on Vancouver Velocity with a 1:58.535. There's actually a bunch of new strategies on this track to save what ended up being around 0.3 of a time save over what was previously the world record on September 25th. This world record came on November 13th of 2024. And I can't remember most of the new strats, but what I do know is they get a lot more mini turbos, just in general. So you'll see how this plays out. Okay, you do go for those wide coins. You get an SMT here? Okay. I believe that was still the case in the old world records. Obviously, you shroom here. Get your second to last coin here, and then your final coin right from one of these two. Oh, wow, that was really, really tight. Oh, okay. Get a launch trick off that. I don't know if that was the case. I know this is different, I think. I said I know, and then I said I think, but I think this is different, where instead of getting just one mini turbo or a super mini turbo, you got two different mini turbos. You go off the glider. Let's see, do you... Okay, you do hold the ultra mini turbo, that's what I thought. And you're just gonna snake for so long. It's like one of the longest straightaways in the entire game, so snaking on it does make a lot of sense. You get an ultra? Yeah, okay. Oh, and the final shroom isn't right here. Okay, so you just do this. Yeah, makes sense. And then you get a launch trick off this. Yep, that was really low. You want the low air there. Those stairs are very annoying. Online, you can sometimes never get the trick. It feels like. The Panda gets it super low. It's a mid 158 with it. So we've seen Panda a bunch in these world records so far. He's had 5, including this one. But this is the final world record we will be seeing of Panda for the entire game. And he has a 143.117 on Roban. Now this track is very, very complicated to do time trial runs on. I tried doing some myself, and I found the mini turbo strats to just be very unintuitive, I guess is the best word to say it. Because it feels like, you know, just like with any track in the game, you want to get as many mini turbos as possible. But in some instances, you just don't. So it's the case for up until that boost panel. But I thought you'd get an extra mini turbo after this, but no, you just go straight and get a launch trick there. Which I thought you could get the mini turbo and get the launch trick, but doesn't seem like that's faster. And then you don't get a mini turbo there before the cut. It's just strange. I don't know. Maybe it's slower because it's just like the alignment for the next turns are not so good. Also, that wall hit probably lost him a little bit of time, but obviously not enough to have someone improve on this track. That was very tight. Nice. Launch trick here to get the double trick. Very nice. And then here, I believe, you can get an SMT glider if you perform it well, but only goes for an MT glider. So, I don't know. It feels like a lot of this track is just super unintuitive, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. And then I believe you don't get an extra mini turbo. Oh, no, you do. Yeah. I'm just spitballing at this point. I don't know what I'm talking about. But you do get an ultra mini turbo glider here. Slam yourself into the ground. Get a little misc at the end. Almost 142. Maybe we'll see it someday. So this is Kuzero's only other world record in the entire game. DK Mountain with a 208.612. Let's get right into it. Oh, let's get right into it. So Kuzero here has a 0.3 lead over second place, which is very impressive. But also, what I just find impressive is that this, along with Walju Stadium, are two of the highest tech boost course pass tracks in the entire game. I'd say it's this track, it's Walju Stadium and Wario Stadium, which basically, you know, hold the reign over the entire game in terms of tech, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Like, already, this track looks very difficult to pull off. And just look how close he's taking every single corner. It's ridiculous. He's gonna get a triple trick here. Just kidding, quadruple trick because, you know, yeah, it's the world record, guys. Why would I not think there's a quadruple trick there? I swear I've only ever seen 3 tricks in world records, so I guess I've never seen this world record before. But yeah, you drift off the mountain there, and then you just go so far to take that mountain as tight as possible. And you may think to yourself, that doesn't look that bad. But once you try it out for yourself, you're gonna never, ever, and I mean literally never, get that much air and go that tight on the mountain. Okay, 3 tricks this time. It's a little bit more tame, I guess. And I love that he starts his drift on the off-road. That's cool. I like that a lot. Usually you don't do that because, you know, it slows you down. But you're shrimming through the off-road, and that's a little elevated part, so it gets you a little bit more air. So it charges your mini turbo faster. Again, like, my goodness. I would never go for that sort of strat online. But of course, this is time trials. You want to go as fast as possible. That was really tight again. It's just right next to the fence post. Every time. And finally, is he going to get a quadruple trick for the fans? No, but he's going to... Not even Kusan's high. I'm surprised about that, too. Huh. And next up, we have Vincent on Daisy Circuit with a 147.664. So, a couple fun facts for this. Vincent is the only player in the entire world to have a world record on this track. And guess when the final world record was? Yep, that's right. 8 days after release. He got this run 8 days after the track came out. Like, what the heck? What do you mean? What? There's been nothing past this point with new strats or anything. He just got it perfect. They were never going to see another world record on this track ever again. Okay, that's probably a lie. He's told me himself that he sees this track going down quite a bit. But it's just kind of unexplored, you know? Although maybe that was before he got... No, there's no way. It was definitely after. Anyways. This track is just a lot of fundamentals. And Vincent definitely excels at the fundamentals. He gets his soft drifts, his delay drifts, everything perfectly. The late hops. Everything you can think of in terms of tech, he does absolutely perfect. And this run may look perfect right now, but Vincent, like I said, thinks there's a lot more to this track. So we'll see how exactly this will go down in the future, but for now, Vincent's the only one to have a world record on this track. Maybe he'll continue to improve this track and make it go down even further than this. Yeah, final turn. Straight into the finish line. So you guys remember Earth Gucci? He's back. He's back with a world record on Piranha Plant Cove with a 156.941. So what's absolutely ridiculous about this world record is that he had improved the previous world record on this track by a whole 0.639. And like I said earlier, 0.1's the most you usually get out of a world record improvement past like day 1 on a track. 0.6 is unbelievable. Like, actually unbelievable. And the only tracks that I know of that beat this are Piranha Plant's excuse me, or Piranha Plant Slide twice on 200cc. And I believe both of them were by Blue, the improvements at least. And Ribbon Road on 150cc, which were improved by Y146 and Army. And it was like a second improvement and a 0.7 or something improvement, 0.8, I don't know. Anyways, this is the 5th largest I've seen in my entire time covering Mario Kart 8 Deluxe time trials. And I don't know. This is probably not 5th all time in terms of world record improvements. But the fact that it's a current world record, it might be the biggest improvement in a current world record. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Anyways, this track is so fun to play. And you know what? This track has a lot of tech too. I mentioned DK Mountain, Waluigi Stadium, Wario Stadium. This one is definitely has the most tech out of all of the underwater tracks by a long shot. And yeah, it's just so impressive how he takes these turns and all the shortcuts. It's ridiculous. The only 156 too, by the way, just in case you couldn't figure that out. And next up, we have Vincent on Madrid Drive with a 155.675. So this track, 10 days after release, had a world record of a 156.142, which is very good and respectable for a time on this track, I would say. But there would not be a single world record until September 2024, where Vincent and Alberto had a insane world record battle where over the course of 4 days, there was 11 world records where it brought down the time from that 142 all the way to a 788. And the battle continued in September, but it was over a lot longer of a time. And finally it capped off with a 155.675 by Vincent, where before Alberto had a 729 as his final improvement. So yeah, this track definitely had fierce competition, because the two best in the world went at it on this track. Oh my gosh, that is definitely a pace lock. I don't know how much time it would lose to not get the geyser there, but I imagine barely getting it there is definitely what you want. And anything faster would just ruin your pace. Because I think the trick probably saves like at least 0.15 if you get it. So, yeah. I think he's going to bonk the wall here. Yeah, and get the Ultra Mini Turbo. Launch trick here, go over the rail, around the soccer ball. Excuse me. And finally, take the Super Mini Turbo around the last turn and into the finish line. And now we have F on Rosalita's Ice World with a 155.742. Now, full transparency, this is one of 2 New Year's World Records in this video, so you might have already seen this. If you have, skip to this timestamp and continue on the video from there. And if you haven't seen this world record already, welcome. We're gonna marvel in this, because this track, one of my favorites. Now, I'm surprised they don't go for a double mini turbo at the beginning, but it's probably because Streeble doesn't allow it. Has the same mini turbo as Teddy, so Teddy also doesn't go for it, but Scooty goes for double mini turbo at the beginning. That's probably why you don't see it. And of course we're on Streetle because we go underwater and there's a bunch of ice on this track. So that's why Streetle's the best combo on this track. And that part right there where you got the little drift trick, very similar to what you see on Maple Treeway, where you get some extra oomph into the trick, extra air to really, you know, expand. I don't know. Just go faster, I guess. I don't know what I was trying to say there. But anyways, you want a Super Mini Turbo into that hole. That's the fastest way. Also, decently consistent online as well, so that is something you'd want to practice if, especially, you're playing competitive Mario Kart Deluxe. Again, same thing on lap 2 on the left side there, just getting that little drift trick into the ramp. Going over all the crevices and not falling off because, of course, Why would you fall off in a world record? But online, I would never take it that tight. I wouldn't even get close to that. Because the corners can just absolutely ruin your entire day. If you're not careful. Same thing here. He goes like very, very close to the crevices. Yes, very nice time by F. Hitting the pole in the end, because why not? And here we have P with a 139, 827 on Bowser's Castle 3. So fun fact, P has only not had the world record on this track for 5 days since its release. So Vincent, you know, you can't top his with 0, because, you know, literally impossible to beat that. But only 5 days is kind of ridiculous. So he's been dominating this track for a long time. This guy loves his Yoshi Bitty Buggy tracks, the Max Mini Turbo. Loves to go for those insane strats and shortcuts that we all love to see. He's gonna get this double thwomp trick, which is very cool. Let's see, does he go for the... Yeah, he goes for the inside on this, which is one of my favorite shortcuts, I'd say, in the game. I mentioned I'd want to do a top 10 world records video. I don't know if this would be in there, per se, because there's a lot of tracks. 192 total categories, so limiting it down to 10 will be kind of difficult, but that little rail shortcut is one of my favorite. It's a double thwomp trick there. Yeah, let me know if that's what you want to see next out of me in terms of time trials on this game. Now, there's another upload planned, hopefully for tomorrow. We'll see if that gets done or not, but that'll also be related to time trials in this game. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see my top 10 favorite world records, be sure to let me know, and let me know what your favorite world record was that you saw in 150cc in this whole series. And here's the final world record of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in 150cc. We have Y146 getting a 231.276. Now, this world record was also in the New Year's World Records video, but I do have a very interesting fact that you might want to hear about this track, and it's that this has the most unique players and and nations that have had world records on this track. So there's been 11 unique nations and 16 unique players with a world record on this track. The nations are in order from when they were set: Great Britain, Chile, Australia, Japan, Belgium, Norway, Canada, France, Italy, USA, and the Netherlands. So, a lot of variety on this track, and I gotta say, this kind of just encapsulates Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I'm glad this was the final track that they decided to make in the entire game. That wall block I don't think is intentional, by the way, but it just encapsulates, you know, the amount of variety you can have in this game. You have Wario, the heavyweight character, used to be the meta for the longest time, or part of the meta for the longest time. Mach 8, which is a world record comp you see in some world records, but not a lot. And Wood Tires, which you don't see in a lot of world records. But it just shows the amount of variety you can have in this game with both the world records and the meta and everything. Just a lot of what you love to see in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and what hopefully we'll see in Mario Kart 9. There's a lot of variety in terms of the tracks, maybe a little bit more shortcuts, because there wasn't too many in this game all around. You know, maybe if they make tracks like Piranha Plant Cove, sort of norm, where you have a ton of shortcuts and things like that, or tracks like that, would be great to see. Or maybe we can even return to the Mario Kart Wii days, where all the tracks were busted and there was just glitches and ultra shortcuts everywhere. I would love that too, to be honest. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll let the rest of the world record play, but let me know if you enjoyed this series, And make sure you leave a like on the video. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help the algorithm for me a lot. And if you haven't seen the other world record videos, those will all be in the description. So if you missed out on any part, they will all be there. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.